Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peroline, and if it's the first time stopping by, you are definitely welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to leave some comments below. Be sure to turn on the notification so that you don't miss out on my next video. In today's video, I am going to talk about how to make him take you seriously. I'm looking down because most of the time I normally used to write my title of my videos, to make it clear when I'm speaking, because it's very important, for you to understand my topic before listening what I'm going to say, As I said, how to make him take you seriously. There are some ladies who can be in a relationship with a man. They won't be specific to tell him what they want. Tell those people, as you know, most of men, it's not easy for them to understand unless you repeat. It's just like, for example, right now, if I was living with a man, I go to work. If I leave him with the kids, I don't have kids, I'm just giving an example, be specific. If you're not going to be specific, you'll find that you're going to have frustration. That person is not going to understand what you want, unless you communicate with him, It's just like the way I was saying, if I go out, maybe I'm going to work, I have to be specific, and then I tell him, babe, I want you to clean this house. I want you to take my daughter at school. I want you to go and throw the trash. You are being specific. But if you just go at work without telling him the things that are supposed to be done, he's not going to do anything, You have to be specific in order for him to understand what you want. It's just like, for example, if you want money, you have to understand that men comes in different forms. Is it the right word? Forms? I don't know. I shouldn't say form. Different type. We have got different types. There are some men who are very good, who are very quick. Even if they live with a lady, they will understand their wives or their girlfriend very fast. Those ones, they don't give a problem. But there's some type of men whereby if you don't tell them what to do, if you don't tell them what you want, they won't do anything, It's just like, for example, there's some other lady, you'll find that, especially back in Africa, the way we were taught in the manner that you are not supposed to ask a man like money, But there's some men, even if they've got money, they're not going to give you because they think that maybe you don't need that money. So you have to be specific. Tell the person, I need money for the rent. I need money to go and buy food. I need money for my transportation. Even though, it's like a struggle when you meet such kind of a man, Because for me, I prefer a man, if I live with a man, he should understand the things that are needed, But in such kind of a case, it will depend on you as the lady, the time when you meet, on the first date. That's where you're supposed to communicate, learn each other, If you are just going to jump in a relationship without being specific, you find that you will have a lot of frustration, That's why you see that some other ladies, they'll be in a relationship with a man for many years. The man is not going even to marry them, because they're not specific. It's just like, for example, if I live with a man a certain years, I'm going to be specific. I have lived with you for many years. What is this relationship? What? I shouldn't say like that. You have to ask, like, I have lived with you for so many years. So do you see a future with me? You are being specific. You ask the person so that you should know what he's going to tell you. And then once when he tell you, he's going to tell you his idea. If he sees a future with you, he's going to explain to you, even though it's not good to live with a man if he has never even put a ring on you. It's very good to live with a man if he has already put a ring on you, because you'll be on a safe side, But if he has never put a ring on you, you will be just working for somebody who's not your husband, which is not good. Be specific on what you want. Don't just keep quiet, because some other men, it's like every time you have to train them, in order for them to be what? To give you what you need, If you're not going to talk, they'll just relax, There are some other men, they cannot study their wives. They cannot study their girlfriend, what they want, You find that such kind of men like that, They're the type of men whereby you'll be frustrated, and then when you look at your friends, their boyfriend or their husband will be spoiling their girlfriend, all those things. But for them, for some of those ones who are like, if you're unlucky, maybe if you met a man whereby every time you have to speak, to tell him what you want, it's going to be difficult, And then the other thing, some men, if you don't tell them what you want, you have to be very serious. It's just like, for example, if you want something, be specific. If you are not going to be specific, he's going to take you for granted. It's just like, for example, if I was in a relationship with a man and then I see that he's running around, you tell the person, look, you are bringing an embarrassment to my family. I was not raised in that manner. You are being specific. You are telling him that you don't like his behavior, even if he's going to get angry. It shouldn't bother you, because he's giving you frustration, because you have to know that nowadays there are some other men who are attention seeker, Be specific. It's just even for some of your ladies, if you see your man misbehaving there on social media, tell him, I feel disrespected when you conduct yourself in that manner on social media. I feel disrespected when you communicate with my friend in such kind of a manner. I feel disrespected when you keep on tagging my friends. I feel disrespected when you call my friend baby, love. He will understand if he's a normal person. He's going to change. He's going to take you serious. He's going to see, okay, this lady, she loves me for who I am, He's going to understand that this lady, she's matured, because you have to understand that there are some other men who are very good. They can look what type of a lady that they're dealing with. If they're dealing with a baby, understand that they will be treating you like a baby. If they are dealing with somebody who's like, I don't want to say the other word, the type of other lady, like who are running around, they're going to deal with you in that manner, But if they are dealing with somebody who's matured, who have been molded, you'll find that he's not going to give you stress, It's just like, for example, for me, even if I go on a date with somebody, I am going to be specific. I'm a very quiet person, but normally, I make eye contact. If I see that there's no connection, the very same time that I met that person, I'm not going to hide behind the bush saying that, can we come back again? If I know that there's no connection, I just become specific, and then I'll tell the person, I'm sorry, I don't see connection between you and me, but I would love to be your friend, or we can part ways. You are being specific, So girls, you have to always be serious. Tell these men what you want. Otherwise, if you're not going to tell them what you want, they'll always play you, because you have to understand that there's some other men who were not molded. You'll find that if the man was never molded, he's going to give you stress, because you have to understand that there's some other men who conduct themselves like they're babies, Every time you have to push them, push them, in order to become matured, If somebody is not matured, it needs you as the lady, to mold that person, even though there's some other men, when you try to mold their behavior, they'll say that, oh, this lady, now she's not my girlfriend, now she wants to become my mother. Don't mind about that, as long as you know what you're doing, So, see you guys in my next video, and I hope that you're going to take good care of yourself. So, bye-bye, lovelies.